antics of the traders at the LBMA, and they have firsthand testimony that they were rigging the market, and the CFTC was told. And I think the CFTC wanted justice to handle it, and they will. And they'll say, we're not going to do this case, we're going to give it back to you to civilly adjudicate. And by that time, they'll be out of their position, and the silver market will be free to trade. That's what I think is going to happen to that. And it'll be interesting today to see, and I haven't seen them as yet, what the commitment of traders report for the commercials are as far as net shorts in both silver and gold.
Is there a supply and demand issue with silver? Will it lead to a spike?
Well, silver's in short supply. And, what they're doing is controlling the market with paper. And they can't do it indefinitely, because more and more people keep on asking for delivery. They call that the law of diminishing returns.
And here's a question from Johnny. He says you were doubtful that the U.S. dollar would break 82.5 on the index. Now that it has forcibly broken through this resistance, you revise your earlier forecast and think the dollar will move towards 89 again. Actually, this question had come in on Wednesday, and we didn't get to it.
No, I don't think it'll get up to 89. I think the damage is over. You got to remember, it came from 74. So it'll run out of gas here.
Well, he did send that in on, the question actually came in on Wednesday, so it was perhaps a little more, let's see. I think that's about all the questions I have, Bob. There was quite a few of them. And we want to thank all of you for sending into your questions into us. And what do you expect we can see next week?
I think gold will break out. And I think silver will be up another $1 again.
Any interesting news that we can look forward to the next week? Or?
No, I think the situation in Greece will continue to deteriorate. I think contagion is going to take place in Europe, and I don't know how they're going to bail out all these other ne'er-do-wells. It's going to be interesting to see.
I saw that the unemployment went back up to 9.9%.
Yeah, well, it's much higher than that.
Well, that's the number they give.
That's only U3. There's 6 U's. U6 is the real one.
And that's holding at what right now?
U6, 16 and 7/8, but I don't have the figures yet on the new figures on that. I'll get them this weekend probably.
What type of situation are we going to have with all this, with the immigration protesters? I guess they were out blocking L.A. streets today, and you have students marching through downtown in different places. You have students that are, there was a school person, I don't know what grade, but he wore an American flag, and he was kicked out of school. Things are getting heated up in that area, too.
He was a Mexican-American, actually. Didn't look it, but I saw his mother, and she's definitely Hispanic. And so, here they grab a kid, and he says, look, I'm an American. I'm not anything else. And I'm going to wear this shirt, and I'm not going to apologize for it. And, but, these demonstrations don't mean anything. The government's going to do what they want to do. They try to drive people into desperation so that they'll revolt so they can kill them. That's what they're after. That's why you want to stay away from it. Be ready, but stay out of it as long as possible.
Anything else you'd like to tell us before we leave for today?
No, I'm tired.
You're tired?
Yeah. I just did a show for an hour and 3/4 with you-know-who.
What else would you like to say?
I did one at 7 o'clock this morning. Busy beaver.
What would you like to say for the last 3 minutes? 2 minutes? 1 minute?
I want to pick your brain.
You want to pick my brain?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to pick?
I want to know the best buy out there in graded coins right now.
The best buy in graded coins is, if you want the biggest, I think the biggest mover, quickest mover, are those 63 $20 Liberties. I think they're going to just move like hotcakes back up to their close to their 3,000 level. And on the price on those today, the price on those are $23.85 on those. I had somebody yesterday buy them at $21.75. So I mean, they're just crazy numbers, and I think you're going to continue to see that. If you're looking for just really good buys, I think the ones that I mentioned, the 62 Libs, the 63 Saints, the 64 Saints, I think those are good buys. And the 65 Saint is another good buy because anytime they dip below what a 63 Liberty sells for, it's a good time to buy them because very rarely does that, it should be the other way. Never before did you ever see the $20 Liberty sell higher than a 65 Saint, so that would be another good buy. Those are the ones I'd recommend if you're looking to save some money. If you're looking to save and you want to get into the certified coins, you can get the $10 coins, the Mint State 62 $10 coins, because they're still selling at below the $20 levels for that grade. So 2 coins equal the same amount of gold. So those would be my buys, and can't beat the prices here at Discount Gold and Silver. And you can also get a free subscription to the International Forecaster. So give us a call at 1-800-375-4188. So until then, we'll be back on Monday. Bob, get some sleep, rest that voice, and we'll be back on Monday. And until then, be safe, good night, and God bless. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
And thank you all for listening.
Bye-bye.
I'm so glad we've got Bob of the International Forecaster on. Military Intelligence, the biggest silver and gold broker, private broker, and that's Mainline News reporting that. At the time, he had the biggest private newsletter in the world till he retired in '88. He came back in the last decade. We've been interviewing him because he just couldn't stay retired. And he put out the Gary Allen Report as well. He helped publish None Dare Call a Conspiracy. He's been fighting for 45 years. And we've got Merkel blasting treacherous banks in Greek crisis. She's now saying they engineered it. That's a head of state, so the rats are turning on each other. That's out of French news agency. Here's Bloomberg. Merkel slams Greek scandal as Goldman role examined. It's Goldman in every case, as Bob Chapman told you 10 years ago. And so to discuss what happened yesterday and then where this I remember him saying 3 years ago that it would start in Greece, then Portugal, then Spain, now England, a hung parliament in England. They're saying England's got as big a debt ratio. We're already having Treasury auction failures, the Fed's having to buy it. California knew when they raised taxes that it would cause less receipts. That was in the L.A. Times 2 days ago. They know raising taxes and carbon taxes is going to bankrupt us. They want to bankrupt us. They're all or nothing in. This is a criminal financial assault backed up by paramilitary military force. This is it. There's no more denial. We were right about everything. It stands on its own. You better listen to us right now. Bob Chapman of the International Forecaster, good to have you with us for the rest of the hour. Break down what's going on, because if anybody knows what happened yesterday, it is that bloodhound, Bob Chapman.
Well, thank you very much. And after all these years, I've got to tell you, Alex, and I'm going to tell you once, you're brilliant. Thank you, Gerald Celente, for the kind words, and I return them, and mutual admiration. What happened yesterday in the market, we had selling come in from Europe. I understand it was 2 hedge funds, and then the black boxes took over. And you just described the results. It dropped 1,000 points. The government rushed in and ran it back up again. There was no person pushing the wrong button. That was a cover lie, if you may. And the market is now down 140 points today and headed south again. And it's going to go down a long way when you get Richard Russell telling us that the Dow's going to 1,000. I'm looking for 2,800 to 3,200. So isn't Dave Tice.